O'clock. Take a look at this video. This is video from a viewer in South Bend where a possible tornado ripped through a daycare. This on Ireland and Ironwood.
Now, this all happened within minutes, a little after 8:30 last night. The storm downed trees and power lines. Just over 1,200 are still without power this morning. Crews are working to restore that power, mostly on the south side.
We have team coverage this morning. WSBT-22's Kristen Bean is in South Bend right now. But first, let's get to meteorologist Ed Russo, who's in for Carrie, because Ed, do we have a chance for more storms this morning?
We do, and while yesterday's threat was low, this is really the only area that saw it. We have a very low threat again today. But I mean, remember, a low threat doesn't mean no threat. A low threat means that there is a possibility that we could see some stronger storms this afternoon. We'll get to that in a moment. But this is the radar last night around 8:40 p.m. This is Ireland Road. This is Ironwood. Right there on the corner is the Growing Kids Learning Center. And you see this hook, this appendage on the southwest side of the storm. This is the rotation that was being detected on radar, coupled with another tool that we use called velocity, where you can see two wind directions blowing in different directions next to each other. So the red wind blowing away from the radar, green wind blowing towards the radar, and this rotation moved right over the Ireland-Ironwood intersection, which is where some of the heavy damage has been. And we're going to go out to Kristen Bean in a moment. Now today, we do once again have the threat for severe weather. It's small, it's isolated, but again, that doesn't mean the threat is zero. So in the yellow, this is where we have the highest risk for damaging winds and perhaps even some large hail. We're going to nail down this threat in more detail by full weather forecast in just a few.
All right, Ed, thanks very much. Let's quickly move on to Kristen Bean as we continue our team coverage. She's assessing the damage from this possible tornado.
Yeah, Kristen joins us from the south side of South Bend right now. Kristen, what are you seeing?
Well, as we know, a survey team will be out here today to meet with emergency management officials to really take a look at the damage here. I am along Ireland Road, just east of Ironwood, and it's dark now, but as soon as it gets light, we'll be able to really see the extent of the damage. That behind me is Growing Kids Learning Center, and debris spans across the roadway and down. Take a look at this. These are shingles just laying in the CVS parking lot, and the damage and the shingles and the debris spans through this parking lot. Also, take a look behind me. They've got a lot of this area blocked off. There are cones here in this parking lot. Also, Ireland is blocked at Ironwood. You can get through on Ironwood north and south, but you cannot go east on Ireland just about a half a mile down the road. So they've got it blocked from Ironwood about a half mile down the road. Now across the street you can sort of see, because it's still really dark outside this morning, that is the Growing Kids Learning Center. It has significant damage this morning. Fire crews who responded last night said the fire alarm at Growing Kids went off about 8:47. What we know about the storm last night is that the tornado, or the suspected tornado, hit sometime after 8:30. When fire crews got out here, they immediately tried to secure this area. There are power lines down. There was a big gas main that was open and spewing gas. After fire crews secured the area, now they're telling people to stay away. Stay away from this area. People tend to come and want to get video at a time like this, but it is still very dangerous because it is still unclear what power lines are turned on and what power lines are turned off. We're continuing to follow this, and as the sun gets up this morning, we'll be able to give you a better look at the damage, the significant damage to Growing Kids Learning Center. There's also damage in some areas of the Irish Hills apartments, but this is where we're seeing the most extreme damage this morning. Live here in South Bend, Kristen Bean, WSBT-22 News.
All right, Kristen, thank you. And we know many of you are waking up with damage around your homes this morning. If you can safely take them, we want to see your photos. You can submit them right now on our website, WSBT.com. And remember, you can get updates on local weather anytime by downloading our WSBT-22 First Alert Weather app. Get it for free on the Apple App Store and Google Play.